How are ya? Guys, how are ya? Today we've got Ahsoka episode 3 titled Time to Fly. Last week I covered the 2 episode premiere. All right. That was, that was okay, but there's a lot of things that I thought I could correct on. So make sure this one looks it's going to look a little better. Right off the bat, it was directed by Steph Green. She did a couple things. She directed one of the episodes of Boba Fett. I think it was like the second episode or something. A lot of these Disney Plus shows, they cycle through directors and writers. Most of the time, the writer stays the same. Like for Ahsoka, the entire series is going to be Dave Filoni. He's the biggest nerd in Star Wars right now. Besides me. He's George Lucas's baby. All right. Well, Star Wars is George Lucas's baby. Dave Filoni's baby is Ahsoka. He created Ahsoka. So it only makes sense that he's writing the entire series. This is a bit of a shorter episode that I noticed. Its runtime is 37 minutes long, marking it the shortest we've had yet. Which makes my top 5 later basically the 5 scenes that you get. And let's just talk about what this episode was about real quick. All right. Right off the bat, Sabine is in the ship. I don't know the name of the ship just yet. I should have looked that up, but she's training with the Jedi training robot Huyang, and they're going through all these different stances. And she, he even says you're not good, or you're not bad, but you're also not good. And I thought that was all right. That makes sense. She's sloppy. She's not good fighting with the Force. She's not a full on, Jedi Padawan like that. She barely taps into the Force. As a matter of fact, she doesn't tap into the Force. Then Ahsoka, takes a little one-on-one time. Tells the droid, move aside, Hu Yang. Let me show you how it's done. I'm going to teach this kid something. And she puts on one of those helmets where basically blinds her, so she could do some hardcore Japanese style training, which it looked just like it. And basically telling her to trust her feelings, but she's failing pretty hard. She's messing with her a lot, tapping her on the shoulder, hitting her with a stick or whatever. She's failing pretty bad, but she's relying on all her anger because Sabine is, she's Mandalorian. She's used to fighting with weapons all the time and just bull rushing through shit. Another thing that happened was Hera Syndulla, the lady with the green, the Twi'lek. She's green. She's a pilot, whatever. She's a general in the New Republic. You see her talking to the New Republic politicians, and they're basically saying, we can't help you out. We understand you want to go find Thrawn, but we don't really care. We're not worried about Thrawn, which they did a lot of. They showed a lot of the New Republic just, not doing anything, being unreliable in Mando season 3. But on here, you see it again. These guys are oblivious to what's coming. Because as you know, in the sequel movies, the First Order takes over because the New Republic, they didn't have a grasp on the galaxy and protecting it and all that. So she gets denied the help she needs. But then you see her son Jason, which we last saw him in the animated series Rebels at the very, very final episode. You see him, and he's riding in the cockpit with his mom. He's half human, half her, obviously, but he just looks like a human with green hair, which I thought was kind of funny. He doesn't look like he's a half breed. He's just a kid with green hair. But he is Force sensitive because his dad was a Jedi. Then we go into Ahsoka. What's the hell's the name of that planet again? Shit. Seator. The planet Seator, which they last found clues to, what they were using all this Well, the factory they were in on Seator, not on Seator, the factory they were in on Corellia, the last episode, they busted that place up because they're all, Empire Revenant loyalists or whatever. And they're just doing some investigating. Well, let's go to this planet Seator, see what the fuck's going on. And it's just Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hu Yang. They check it out, and that's when they notice the big old fucking hyperspace ring. That stuff was cool. I like that a lot. I like the big hyperspace ring. For those who don't know, in a couple of the movies and the show, you see these hyperspace rings that allow a personal ship to go into hyperspace. Like usually something that can't go into hyperspace needs a hyperspace ring to travel that far. So, but this is a big one that instead of traveling the galaxy you're in, you're gonna be able to travel like even further distances, like go to another galaxy, which is probably where Thrawn and Ezra are at. And I thought that was pretty cool. The design looked cool. It's just big. You put a whole bunch of ships in there, and you all go at once. And there's then it leads to a dogfight, which that was awesome. I love the ships in Star Wars. It's probably my second favorite thing besides lightsabers and all that stuff. They land on Seator, and that's usually where the episode ends. But I'll go into top five. Top five real quick. I'm going to do this in a lot of my videos for reviews where I'm going to break down a top 5 moments. Basically, they're just 5 things in the show that stuck out to me. I'm going to try to keep it in chronological order. I don't want to tell you guys something that happens before something else, It's all spoilers, but I just want to keep it in order of the way the show ran it. First off, this was a big shocker. Everybody has the Force now. So they explain to you that everyone has the Force. So if I was in the show, I'd have the Force. I'd have the ability to do stuff. It would take time. It would take training. I mean, I didn't care for that. I think that it should only be, people that are Force sensitive. I don't think everyone should have the ability to fucking fly rocks around the air and stuff. That's bullshit. Because then my boy Han Solo would be a pretty cool Jedi. Number 2 was the Hera scenes with her son Jason. Just seeing that and seeing how bad the New Republic officials suck. But we already got into that. Number 3 was the dog fight. What I want to get into on this was the evil Padawan. I mean, she's not really evil, but she is a bad person on here. She's got the orange lightsaber. The girl with the white hair. Her name's Hadi or Haiti. She was with the guy in the black suit, Merrick, who I feel like they really want you to believe that that's just Ezra, but I hope it's not. I hope it's Darth Vader's like secret apprentice or something. That'd be cool. And along with that scene, Ahsoka goes out into fucking space, and she's in a space suit. It was really weird when I was watching it. I was watching it with Yuri last night, and I looked at her and I'm like, this is fucking weird. Like little off, it seemed really cartoony. The whole episode seemed cartoony, but that was definitely the most cartoony moment. So yeah, I wrote that down. Oh, number 4. This was cool too. The Purrgil, which are these big, giant hyperspace whales. These whales that you see on the show, they're able to travel in hyperspace, even though they're a living creature. They go all together. My boy Grogu over here saw one in Mando season 3. When he's looking out the ship and in Mando's ship going in hyperspace, you could see some of the whales. Another fun fact about him was Ezra Bridger on Rebels summoned a pod of Purrgil towards Thrawn, and that's what caused them to vanish into some other galaxy. That's why they're lost. It's because of those space whales. Oh, and number 5, the last one, was the ending scene where Skull, which is Ray Stevenson's character, he knows that they landed on the planet Seator. So he knows Ahsoka's there, and he wants to hunt him down. So he sends out his assassin droids, whatever, and basically hunts him down. I hope tomorrow's episode, or not tomorrow, next week's episode ends up being something like the Predator, where they're in a jungle and they're being hunted down. That'd be cool, but there's not enough of them to do it. Maybe it could be the opposite. Maybe it's an episode where Ahsoka's, getting the droids one by one. That'd be cool too. I'm fine with that. I want to do one more theory for episode 4. I think on the next episode, next week, we're finally going to see Thrawn, because I don't know if this whole series is 6 episodes or 8 episodes, but I mean, we've already technically had 3 episodes, so we should be close to halfway there already, which kind of sucks. We're going to see someone next week. I think you're going to get a good cameo next week. But that's all I got for this episode. Overall, I thought it was pretty good. It felt cartoony, but that's okay. A lot of cool Star Wars stuff is cartoony, and I was fine with it. But as always, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, stay platinum.